I waited a little bit longer to let that dry a little bit more while I cleaned off all this. Doesn't that look nice? You know, I didn't get 100%, but look, most of that black stuff came off really good. And I warn you, when you take off the stuff around hinges like that, if they're black and stuff and you clean it off, you want to be careful what's down below. If you have carpet down below there, off-white carpet, tan carpet, anything like that, you're going to have to be careful. You might want to put some masking tape around there. So, and then be careful as you're wiping that your dirty water doesn't go down the edge here and go dripping down on your floor. Okay, as it is here, hardly any did. This is vinyl planking. It was fine. I just wiped it up with my sponge and got it nice and clean, way cleaner than it was before. And then once I sand everything, I'll know that this is ready to be painted. I'm not just ready just yet, but see right in there, I can see I could caulk that a little bit and make that line a little bit better before I paint, right? Along there. And maybe up in here. You see, whoever did this, I can tell that this was painted before and nobody took the hinges off, because I can see where the last painter stopped right there because of where the hinge pin was or whatever. This never got caulked. It's never been caulked ever since day one. You see there? Somebody tried to caulk this and then they stopped right there. No caulking. This is a little suspect there. So I may, and then down there, from there down, I'll have to run a little bead of caulking there. And of course I got some caulking here, and I'll check all this, and I might try to wing that in with a little bit of caulking in a couple different little spots where I see. If I was really wanting to do this right, I would mix up my my rock hard wood putty and you know, spend 2 or 3 days on all the doors and frames and all that before painting and all that. I didn't. This is going to get nicked up quite often anyways, with people going back and forth through here, because this is right where the door opens to go out into the garage. This is going to get all marked up after a while anyways. There's an actual gouge right in there, but I think lots of that will go away if I sand that down a little bit. And I might just put a little caulking in there, you know, after I sand it, and be done with it and call it good. It won't be 100%, but you know, see that little thing right there? I can put a little caulking in there, wipe it, and then wipe the surrounding area of the caulking, and then once I paint that, it'll probably go away. That's called a cheap screw. The best way would be to sand this, put some rock hard water putty on there, sand it, prime it, paint it, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to go that far, but you get the point. If you want to do it that way, go for it. But I'm going to blend it in the best I can with some white caulking before I paint, and I should be good to go. Okay. And so now I'm getting ready for this. This door should be plenty dry enough for me to put my hands on and all that kind of stuff. In fact, why don't I, before I turn the camera off, why don't I flip that around right now so you can see what I'm going to do. To do that, I gotta move my paint tray over. My paint tray, the paint hasn't skinned up because I haven't really been off this door that long. This is fine. Okay, now I can hold this here and lift it. Oh man, this is heavy. Wow, I'm not kidding. These doors are heavy, let me tell you. Solid core, 1 3/4 inch solid door. They also have 1 3/8 inch solid core doors. Your house might have 1 3/8 inch doors, but this one's got 1 3/4 inch. For that garage door. And that's fine, I'm not complaining about it. I'll get her. I'll get her. I'm trying to, usually I'll just take the door and kind of walk it back and forth, but I can't really do that because of these, because I got the screws on the bottom of the door, and I don't want those to bend or anything because I'm painting, okay? Now, guess what I'm going to do on this side? The exact same thing I've already shown you for the front side. If you didn't watch that video, go back and watch that on a previous episode. And I'm going to start my thing, painting this with my paintbrush in there, blending it all in, doing that one, going around on the edges and on the face where I can see certain little areas that when I sanded went all the way down to the wood, okay? And I'll put a little bit of paint on where these hinges were because there was no previous paint on there before they ran this other color. So I know somebody's painted this at least once in the last 15 years. Now I'm doing it again. And if you want to watch more on this whole thing, please continue to watch the episodes. The more you watch, the more you learn. Okay, I've got that all sanded, all wiped down and everything. Ready to get back in my paint. And this is all ready. And see, next time I get ready to wrap this, I can wrap it over here and then wrap it up. I can wrap it over there and wrap it up. I can wrap it over there and wrap it up. I can flip it around on the opposite side. Last thing I want to do is wrap this again in the very same place as old paint, because you're not right up against the plastic anymore, right? Okay? And so I'll just leave that and use it for next time. I've got my paint ready to paint up there on the ridges and all the other stuff that I showed you before. And I'll start that now and show you what I do next. Oh, before I do that, I'm gonna have to put some masking tape around that, I think. I mean, I could paint over it if I wanted. I don't know what the big deal is. You're probably, if you ask an inspector, they probably say no, because then it's hard to read all the numbers and all. Because see, there's an actual number that's stamped into the door right there all the way. And if you punch that in, it will go and tell you where that door is manufactured, whether or not it's a 20-minute rated door, when it was done, all that kind of stuff. And that's very important to keep. So on that aspect alone, I think I better put my masking tape up. And I'll take, instead of a sheetrock knife, I might get a razor blade and use that to cut the masking tape around that. Yeah, that's what I'll do. You see there? Look at that. How does that look? I just put the masking tape all the way across there and then took a very sharp razor blade, scored around there, pulled it off. Now when I paint around there, I'll still have to concentrate about getting it on there without building up an edge and all that kind of stuff. Okay? And I'll do that same thing on the door jamb before I paint it, because we don't want to cover up all of those numbers and all that kind of good stuff, okay? Just in case it's ever needed. I mean, granted, if you paint over it, you could always take the paint off with some crazy glue, or not crazy glue, goof off or anything else, and just wipe it on there and take the paint off. The last thing you want to do is leave all that on there for the next person. Okay, ready to paint.